this first photograph from 1948 was taken shortly after the two rivers had established their independent river mouths, and you can see that the Carron is free to spread out over the beach without limit as soon as it reached the channel wall ends. Another photograph of the river from 1926. Again, you can clearly see that the river is free to spread out over the sand as soon as it reaches the wall ends. And that meant that no flood in the river could ever achieve a height greater than the beach level at the wall ends. Here we have the river in 1820, where you see the banks are still free banks and the stonework has not been started by that time. But when we go up to 1857, we see that the boundary wall of the tannery has been built and established, and the south bank property wall has also been built all the way down to the beach. And although there is infill showing in that photograph, that was only because there'd never been a big tide to wash it away. Here we are looking seaward from the road bridge today, and you can see how much infill in front of the original river channel walls there exists, particularly on the south side of the river, where they piled in a lot of rocks to divert the water into the gap left when they reduced the space at the bridge. Looking at the bridge now, you can see how much of the original river wall was filled in with the rock armour supporting the bridge. Not only did it fill in the gap, but by reducing it, it reduced the velocity of flow and therefore increased the height of the flood in any flooding occasion. Looking seaward from the footbridge with the river channel at its minimum level, you can certainly see how confining it is. Now, when the river mouth has silted up a bit and the water isn't getting away, it quickly gets up to this sort of level, which is equal to a normal high tide. In a flood, it's obviously much higher. Looking back upstream, when the river mouth is restricted, you can see the sea is well below this level, but you can see how much of the channel gets filled up, and you can see what the clearance is under the footbridge in the distance. When you compare that to the mouth of the river Cowie, looking seaward from the road bridge, you can see how free the water is to flow directly seaward. And once you go down to the footbridge to get the alternative view that you would have from the footbridge on the Carron, you see that the water escapes at an absolute minimal level and is free to spread out over the beach without obstruction. Therefore, the floods can't get higher than high tide level at the mouth of the river.